Hello, everybody. Good day to you all. It is Monday here, and this is Lessons and Legacies. Welcome to episode 48. Oh my gosh, this is the last Monday of season 1. We're ending season 1 at episode 50. Today was originally supposed to be the last day, but we had a couple cancellations throughout this last month, so now we're ending on Wednesday. But this is the last Monday of season 1, and it's been such a stellar journey. It's been very, very blessed. I've had so many wonderful, amazing, incredible, brave, loving, spirit-filled people that have come on and shared their lessons in the areas of love, faith, life, laughter, lessons, legacies, resilience, success, dreaming. It's been such an amazing journey. So I'm very grateful to have my usual Monday host with me today. She's going to be wrapping up season 1. And I have, let's see, who do I have tomorrow? Tomorrow I have, oh my gosh, I'm having a blank here. Well, Wednesday, I know I have Gideon from Nigeria. That'll be the last episode, which is cool. We're doing part 3 in Lessons in Spirit, and we're going to be reading scripture and praying and taking prayer requests. So I guess that's a great way to round it out in the name of the Lord. And then tomorrow, actually, I have a brand new guest, which I'm really excited for, and kind of fitting that it comes at the end of the season as well. But her name is Joanna Walters. And I actually came to know her off of my friend William Brown's show, One Word Conversations. She was his second guest, and her word was no. And I actually was grateful. I'm grateful and was fortunate enough to be on a panel with her on one of Bill's wrap-up shows and got to meet her in person. We only got to speak for a few minutes, and I'm grateful. She has booked it was my last spot that I had available for the season. So we'll get to meet her tomorrow, and the topic's going to be making friends, because I know right now with pandemic and everything that's going on, that can be a little bit of a tricky situation for people right now. So like I said, we only talked face to face on this panel with a bunch of other people around for a moment. We haven't really spoken otherwise. So we are going to be fresh to new people, getting to know each other and kind of giving you a real deal crash course on what it can look like to make friends these days. So I hope that brings some joy to everybody's heart and maybe some different perspective. So for today, episode 48, like I said, I've got Precious with me. I'm going to bring her in a minute, and we are going to be discussing, what type of tree are you? Interesting, right? Interesting topic. We're going to be talking about lessons in our roots, foundations, and our branches. So I will go ahead and add her to the stream here. Let her say hello and introduce herself to you. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back yet again.
Another day,
another Monday. And not just
Monday fun day.
That's right. That's right. How's the day been treating you? It's been cold and drizzly here, it seems, for several days in a row. I'm ready for some sunshine.
It's been treating me good with the covering of the house. I've just been inside, moving slow, but I think that's pandemic move these days. It's just like, I guess, when you lose that sense of urgency, it kind of like makes you be
complacent, I guess.
I feel like life got us moving like the Matrix. Like you're moving like this.
Slow motion. Yes.
What do you mean it's 3 o'clock? Wait, but then it gets dark real fast. So it doesn't help. Makes you feel you lost your whole day.
Yeah. And especially like I said, when the weather's been like this too, it seems like it's been 5 o'clock all day long. You know, like all I've been thinking about is like, do I got to start dinner yet? And it's only 2 at this point, but it's been a whole day of that.
Very accurate, Melissa.
I will say all this rain, my husband mentioned it yesterday when we were talking and kind of whining about it outside, just because it's cold and messy, tracking mud through the house and all that stuff. But this is really good. I feel like it's priming us for spring. I feel like spring is right around the corner. March is a good time for it to start for me, maybe 2 more weeks of this cold and dreariness. And I think that all of this rain is getting ready to make all of our trees start blossoming and
That's right.
What's that?
I said, that's right. All the rain, the trees. That's right. We're about to go into spring, right?
Yep. It's the rain is life giving. It's giving everything, soak up the stuff so we can get to blooming. That's what I'm saying. And with that comes the warmth and everything else, and I'm ready for it. So, today is episode 48. So that boils down to a big 1 and 1. Well, that's the first number. That's the number, the God's number and number of universe. So I think this is a good number to be leading this. And since we are speaking of creation, such as our trees and whatnot, this is a good one. So what do trees symbolize to you?
Trees symbolize to me, I would say, life, oxygen, like, you know what I mean? And I think, to be honest, I never really thought much about it until Big Man.
How come?
Because he pays attention to stuff like that. You know how we all got our gifts in different areas, like your nature. I love trees. I love to be in the tree, like outside in the backyard with the trees around me. That's like shade. That's my favorite place. But it wasn't until we were riding around with the twins, and they're the youngest of my 5. And Big Man, he's always been into, since he was like 2 years old. If he wanted to watch documentaries. He loved dinosaurs. He loves all things nature. So we were riding around one day, and he couldn't have been but 3 or not, maybe 4 at the most. And we were going past, the new developments.
Yeah.
He got so mad. And he just was like, this is crazy. They're building all these houses and cutting down all these trees. And then all the animals are losing their homes and oxygen. And he was just so, upset about it. And I was like, oh, trees, oxygen. That's important. And then I'm going to tell you something that made me think about the trees, that people pay attention to it, but we don't speak about it, which is why there are different people in different areas that try to get the word out. My girlfriend, when you live in neighborhoods, a lot of these neighborhoods now have HOAs. Well, if you notice, in front of every house in these new developments, there's one tree. Yeah. Well, she had cut down the tree. And she got a letter in the mail because she just was like, oh, it's too many. I didn't want the tree. She just cut the tree down. She owns the house. She's thinking she just cut down the tree. They sent her a letter that tells her that she cannot cut down the tree. She must put up a new tree by such and such point, and da-da-da. And I was like, how they going to tell you if you could have a tree or not have a tree? But then I stopped and I was like, oh, that old conversation from Big Man. And then just paying attention to all the stuff that we're dealing with right now in the world, environmentally, I was like, oh my goodness, that is why there's a tree in front of it, because that's how we breathe. That is our oxygen. That is that clean air. And so we're cutting down more trees, adding more pollution, and wondering why everybody has asthma and that, we have all these different health conditions, and we put that aside when they're doing, when the politicians are talking about the different areas that we need to deal with. And I'm noticing now, but look, I'm 40 now noticing. Right. So how much damage do we do when we're getting these aha moments and we're about to be checking out of life? You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that it was authentic. It made me think that our kids are born for their time, because he was 3 years old, but that's his purpose. That's why it mattered to him. That's why a 3-year-old was saying, the trees, we need the trees. That's why, because he was born to fix the problem that maybe we didn't recognize because we're not assigned to it.
Right. I actually did. And I didn't know that Big Man was all about nature. We should do when the weather breaks, we should take the kids and do like a little hike. We can go over to, what's that one over by Lake Wiley? It's not McMullen Creek.
Oh, you're talking about,
McDowell Nature Reserve. We could go to Crowder's. We could do something like that. That would be cool. I love nature, and I always bring bags for like collecting stuff to bring home. So, but I did. It's funny. I didn't plan this because of this, what I'm about to tell you, but it's just kind of ironic because
coincidental, but not.
Right. So something came up. I don't know how it came up, but the tree situation came up with the kids last week. So I went into this whole big teaching them about the relationship between trees and humans. So one of them said something, and I was like, we need each other. We can't live. And they're like, what do you mean? So I went and printed up, and we did some different lessons and whatnot. We went hiking through the Greenway and all that. But trees and humans are interdependent. This was the first fact that I stuck on them, and they wanted to learn more after this. And it's that, humans, we breathe the oxygen in through the atmosphere, and then as it does its little process inside of us, it transforms into carbon dioxide. We keep that oxygen in us, and we blow the carbon dioxide back out into the universe. Well, you might wonder why our universe is not totally full of carbon dioxide at this point. Well, that's because the trees, they don't breathe oxygen, they breathe carbon dioxide. And when they have their little process that goes on inside them, they release the oxygen. So without each other, we both don't make it too well.
Don't exist. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's, I know there are a lot of interdependent relationships out there among, like, I guess, symbiotic relationships and whatnot. But I think that's a pretty powerful thing, that a plant and a human being need each other to survive, I also thought it was interesting that ever since, this was a fact that they had on there, that, speaking of the fact that, it is so important for us to replant the trees and put this all back together. Ever since mankind came to this planet, they've done these studies and tracked it and whatever. 45% of our trees we have torn down. And I know there's been forest fires and stuff like that have been responsible
most of it
as well. Yeah. But I mean, our houses, the paper, I always tell my kids, you think about it, you put one piece of marker on that paper and want to go crumble it up and throw it away. Think about what you're doing, for everybody that does that adds up, so you got to think half of our tree population is gone since, and it doesn't happen like this overnight. This is over the hundreds and hundreds of years that we've been on this planet. But still, it's kind of, everybody's seeing that now. It's like, geez, in another how many 100 years, we keep going at this rate, our kids and our kids' might not have a planet to live on, Another cool, interesting fact I learned was that trees and humans are both mostly made up of water. They say humans are made of 60% water, and trees are made of 50% water. I had no idea about that. That was a new one for me. I wouldn't look at a tree and guess that it is 50% water,
and we are the same. No, we're more than that.
We're 60.
We're 60. Yeah, we're more than that. Yeah.
It's another way we're kind of similar. Let's see, what other little fun facts did I have? Oh, did you know that if you ever look at an X-ray of the human lungs, all of our like sprawly little veins in your lungs
like the roots,
look like tree roots. Also, much like trees, we have crowns, we have a foundation or a trunk or a core, and we have limbs sprouting from that. So I was like, oh, this is all cool stuff. I didn't know all these things, or maybe I did and they were suppressed, but I didn't know about that.
I was about to say, like, you're giving me all that information, and it's just making me think about, like, I didn't have all of those details. I guess you see stuff and certain things are just in you, because when I think about 365, one of the major things that I speak about in the book is that you are a seed that is planted into the world, which is the dirt. And we are waiting to see what will you become. What will be the fruit? Because they said a tree by its fruit. And that's so right. It's like all of that subconsciously is all written because we have roots. We spoke about that. We're rooted in the things. Those are the soul ties, or some people say soul. God daggone, it's soul contracts. So you get soul ties or soul contracts. Just means that you're into, but those are the roots. And so when you think about all the stuff that you're saying, it just goes to show that God always, spirit imitates life, and God always have a representation of the natural progression of stuff, that you got to be planted, that you got to be taken care of, that your roots matter, that you know, what you bear is about, all of that's inside. So if I go to that soul part, I can easily see how all of that makes us one. So yeah, that's powerful to connect the dots, that we are nature. And that's why it is necessary for us to be natural in who we are, because we can only bear the fruit of what lies within. And so when we sit there and we're making anything that is not of ourselves, is like those the imitation things that we're eating right now that are killing us, right? No seeds, all these generic things that aren't coming from natural roots is the same thing with us as human beings. We're eating from all these different things, not knowing what the seed of us is, what are the fruits of us, and we're sitting here pretending to be an orange tree when we really were created to be an apple tree. So you're not going to get the nutrients, you're not going to get the same thing when I got it covered up like this, but really in the inside is giving you this nutrients. So I could compare and contrast in so many different ways. I did not know that tree was 50% water. Oh, that's Dr. Deborah.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Dr. Deb, thanks for popping in. Yes, that was news to me too. I had no idea. I mean, I actually do literally hug trees. I know that term tree hugger, it just loosely means somebody who is a nature lover, but I literally hug my trees. Wow. And so for me, that was kind of a nugget, because I am very familiar with the coarseness and the just the girth and the heaviness and the strength of a tree. I'm like, why? I never would have guessed, for as big and tall and strong and all this that you are, that you're half water, you know? It just blew my mind. And she also says, yes, precious, we are like trees. What does it say? Planted and we bear fruit. Great point. So let me ask you, do you have a favorite tree? Like if you were going to be a tree, or you have a favorite type of tree, what would it be?
Say that again. I got interrupted.
Do you have a favorite type of tree, or if you were going to consider yourself as a tree, what would you be? Who's sneaking in there? Who's crawling on the floor in there? Hey. What's going on, boo? What are you guys doing? Oh, there's my double troubles right there. My two favorite little men in the whole wide world. I miss you guys. Hey. The girls are dying to play. We need to schedule a weekend to get together soon.
Right. He making plans. We could do it. Like these kids making own plans. We gonna listen. We ain't gonna schedule. Let's make a date. We could do it this day. There's no schedule.
Do it Wednesday.
Listen.
She'll have to check her schedule.
We get off at 12:15.
Y'all get off at 12:15 on Wednesday.
When? On Wednesday? Wednesday, I'm actually done with my show at 11. That's doable. I have Gideon from 10 to 11. So if they have a half day, let's play on Wednesday. Sorry to interrupt the show.
Sorry, you guys. It's like we're auntie-ing right now.
That's right. It's Auntie Mel and Auntie P up in the house. Gotta love on our babies, our little trees.
Our little tree.
So, yeah. Do you have a favorite type of tree, or if you were willing
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a favorite type of tree, but I love a palm tree. So I would have to go into that and find out what it's about. But I used to tell myself, you got it. I tell Rondell all the time, you know, I want my mansion, I want palm trees. I want to bring palm trees. It's something about those trees that it does something. I don't know if it's and I love the way the trunk is. And then so I like a palm tree myself, but I never actually
aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. I said they're very aesthetically pleasing to the eye, the palm trees, and they remind me of warmth. I know that the palm trees, they reside in the warm weather, and I prefer warmth. So I do like those.
And I am a spring baby. I'm August, so.
Yes. What are you, the 6th or the 8th?
I'm August 6th.
6th. Okay. This is funny because I did look up a few things, and not this one I'm about to read, but one of these other ones I'll read, which goes by what type of tree you are by your zodiac. You and I
serious? Oh, I can't wait.
You and I were a different tree by one day.
Are you serious?
Yep. And at the end of my tree zodiac, it says you and I are one of the most compatible tree types. So
okay, I can't hear. I can wait.
But so I did look up like just what you know how like different colors of roses like symbolize different things, like yellow is friendship, red is romance, blah blah blah. So I looked up just what do certain types of trees symbolize. And these are just really, really short little 1-2 sentence things. But the palm tree one says, whether it's potted or part of a tropical landscape, these trees always said vacation. They always say vacation, but they actually represent peace as the trunk bends without breaking. So peace and flexibility. Peace and flexibility is
that is my tree. I don't think I'm going to change it. Having that information, now see, everything makes sense why you're drawn to certain things.
Yeah. My favorite tree has always been the birch tree.
Okay.
And they're tall and skinny and white, and they have like these very like almost black zebra stripes across going the other way. And I don't know that I know definitely where we're at currently in North Carolina right now. I never see birch trees. They may have them in the mountains, but they were everywhere in Michigan. I love the bark on them, and they smell good, and they burn good, and they smell good when they burn. Not that I go and chop down trees for nothing, but you know, like if you get birch wood from the store that they've done it, I didn't, you know. But it says the birch trees, it says with their striking spare shape, birch trees have year-round beauty, and symbolically they represent new beginnings. So if anybody happens to have a favorite tree of theirs, or a tree that you would see yourself being, pop it in the comments and I will let you know what it means. And then, yeah, so and there was a bunch of really good ones on there. They're just little one-liners, but I did find this one, which I thought was really cool before we get into reading and stuff. Okay, I looked up what kind of tree are you? And this goes based on your birthday. And you are August 6th, and your tree zodiac actually starts on August 5th. So you're like right in there.
I'm right
in there. Where's it at? Yeah, yours is from August 5th to September 1st. My birthday's on the 2nd. Yours is on the 6th. Both of us each got the first day of our zodiac tree thing. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Let me get my eyeballs here. I can only do it without glasses for about 5 minutes, and then everything starts getting blurry. Okay, so your tree is the hazel. I'll show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see the picture of that's the like the little stuff that comes off the end, like the flower. It kind of looks like almost like fuzzy, like a weeping willow kind of thing. So it's the hazel tree, and it is known as the knower. I think that's fitting for you.
Wow.
It says hazel signs are highly intelligent, organized, and efficient. Like the holly tree, you are naturally gifted in academia and excel in the classroom. You also have, which you are a prolific prophetic poet. She's an amazing author. She's very good and great coach. I mean, I don't know what your math skills are like, but I know you're really good in everything else. Yeah. I've never asked because math that's not something I talk about. It's not my gift. It says you also have the ability to retain information and can recall, recite, and expound on subjects.
So good. You got you're gonna have to email me that. You're gonna have to send me that. I'm about to be pointing out trees around me. I'm not.
Right. You need to get you a hazel tree. That's your tree.
I gotta get me a hazel. So anybody looking and you want to give me a gift, send me a hazel tree.
That's right. And you're
always be anointed from you. That is
so. There's still more here. It says, okay, so you can recall, recite, and expound on subjects that you've memorized. Again, that goes a lot with your poetry and your coaching and your workshop. It says you have a gift for, you have an eye for detail, which can sometimes lead to a need for order and control. You know your facts and you are always well informed. You have a gift for numbers, science, and subjects that call for analytical skills. And although you like rules, you are typically making them rather than playing by them. And it says hazel signs join harmoniously with the hawthorn and rowan signs.
Rondell is going to crack up when I let him read that.
Awesome.
Who
Actually,
knew?
I sent it to you. I texted you the link. You just have to scroll down it to your birthday. You have this on your phone. I'm pretty sure this is the one I sent you. It could be in your messenger.
Oh, maybe you sent it in my messenger. You know I'll be
messenger text. Either way, I can resend it.
Yeah.
And then Vine.
Yes, I want that. I definitely want that. That is so interesting.
Mine is the vine. I go with vine plants, and again, I don't know how much you can see, but you can see that's vines.
I like when you said it. You said mine is divine. I love that. I know you say
divine. Yeah, that's right. It sounded like divine. And so the vines are known as. So yours was the knower, the vines are known as equalizers.
I'm
getting parched here. Mm-hmm. So
I can see that.
Vine signs are born with the autumn equinox, which makes your personality unpredictable. You can be full of contradictions and are often indecisive. This is true. This is due to your ability. This is because I felt bad after I read that part. I'm like, well, whatever. Why you got to call me out like that? Yes, I am indecisive, but this is why. I'm glad that they followed it up, because now I'm like, well, that makes sense. That is 100% my character. It says this is due to your ability to see both sides of the story and empathize with each side equally. That's me all day.
That's you all day.
It's hard for you to pick sides because you can see the good points on each end. These are, however, areas in your life that you are quite sure about. These include the finer things of life, like food, wine, music, and art. All my world.
All your things.
Your charm
and
elegance.
To put wine in there. They didn't put wine in there, did they?
They did. It says like food, wine, music, and art. I did not write this. It's on here. It says your charm and elegance lead you to find yourself in public places where others can admire your style and poise. Vine signs pair well with the willow and hazel signs. So
that's why you my soul sister.
We need to have some hazel trees with vines.
You gotta get in the garden. They're gonna feed you. We in the garden together. That means we did something right. By the stars that we were born under, we paid attention to, and we got the right peer pressure around us in order to develop us. So what you just said just shows us how, even with you not knowing the detail of the extra stuff that brought you together, just the surface stuff was enough. But when you dig deeper, you find out that everything has roots and intention, and it just makes you look at life so much more differently, because nothing is a coincidence. We were born to be in a garden together. Isn't that something?
That's right. That's right. So we're talking about roots, foundations, and branches. What is your favorite part of the tree? What do you think is the most important part of the tree? What's up, Wakita? We love you. We're talking about trees. We were just reading tree zodiac signs and what certain types of trees that they represent. If you have a favorite. So if you have a tree that you happen to be connected to or means something to you, let me know. And I'll or if you want to pop your birthday in there, I'll read you your tree zodiac as well. No, you cannot. It's yucky out there. So
I'm kind of confused on am I more with the roots?
Yeah, are you so
the foundation?
I'm the best part of the tree, yeah.
You know, because when I think about the roots, I don't know what I think about. Like, it's important because it is the ground, it is the thing that it is stabilized in. So that is so important. But your roots can dictate the foundation, if that makes sense. So if your roots aren't taken care of, and if the foundation of it is not valuable. So I guess I'm going to say I'm going to go with roots, because I think if the roots are right, the foundation is inevitable, and the branches is just the abundance. So I will go with roots would be the most important thing for me. But I'm the soul, so I want to get to
Joaquina, your birthday is only 7 days after mine. Mine's September 2nd. So you are the same tree as me, and we're vines.
Hear you? Did she get on and hear it? You might have to reread it for her.
Yeah, you might. Well, I can. Where did I go with it? So vines are known as equalizers. Hold on. I'll go through here. Where'd you go? Wait. I like that. That's a very, very magical.
I'm live, baby.
All right. So Joaquina, it says vine signs are born with the autumn equinox, which makes your personality unpredictable. You can be full of contradictions and are often indecisive. This is due to your ability to see both sides of the story and empathize with each side equally. It's hard for you to pick sides because you can see the good points on each end. There are, however, areas in your life that you are quite sure about. These include the finer things of life like food, wine, music, and art. And your charm and elegance lead you to find yourself in public places where others can admire your style and poise. There you are. So yeah, I think the vine suits you pretty well, actually.
I love that. I'm looking for Star. You need to be on here so you can find out your tree.
Find out your tree, right? Dr. Deb, you want to know about your tree? Let me know.
Her birthday is May 15th. What would she be?
Oh my God, that's my cousin Andrea's birthday.
May 15th? What?
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's not your favorite cousin?
That's the one that was on Friday.
I guess we would have a ball together, huh?
That's right. We got our cousins on the same day there, right? Or no, Star's your sister?
Star's my sister. She's right underneath me. So she's 3 years. It's 7 of us. So I'm the second oldest of 7.
And also, so you know, Joaquina, she said that's why we get along so well, because we are both vines and equalizers. Also, so Precious, you'll have to catch the replay for her. She was the hazel tree. And it says at the end of our vine thing that vines and hazel trees are like simpatico. They're like best buddies.
This is so much fun. We got to do this, Melissa. I love this.
It's fun, right?
Because we're so much alike. I think that's another addition that I've never seen people do. I think we found a lane. I think people would love this.
July 26th. Let's do Kayla. Kayla is, let's see, June 10th to July 7th. Oh, she's the holly. Oh, you're going to love this. She's going to love this. The holly, we all know the holly tree. They have the little red balls on them, the little red berries, and the sharp green pokey leaves. The holly is known as the ruler. Bum, bum, bum. Go, Kayla. Go, Kayla. For anybody who doesn't know, Kayla is Joaquina's 13-year-old little daughter. And she's an amazing, amazing girl. She's not only a student, she's not just an athlete, but she's also a young entrepreneur. Works alongside her mom doing party planning, event planning, catering. And she's just a fabulous, fabulous, wonderful, wonderful little individual. We've done church together. I love both Joaquina and Kayla, and they're going to be Monday. They're going to be February 22nd. They are going to be episode 1 of season 2. So stay tuned for that. So the ruler, it says, among the Celtic tree astrology signs, the holly is one of regal status. Noble and high-minded, holly signs take on positions of leadership and power. If you are a holly sign, you take on challenges easily and overcome obstacles with rare skill and tact. When you encounter setbacks, you remain vigilant to obtain your end goals. People look up to you and follow you as their leader, as you are rarely defeated. You are competitive and ambitious, even in the most casual settings. You are quite generous, kind, and affectionate. Highly intelligent, you skate through academics where others may struggle. Holly signs look to ash and elder signs for balance and partnership. So what do you think? Does that hit Kayla on the head? You gotta let us know, Joaquina. That sounds a little bit like Kayla to me.
Here Star goes. I knew she would love that. What's my birthday?
Yeah, I know, right? May 15th. That's funny. That's my cousin's birthday too. Let's see if it resonates with her. Okay, so that one ends at May 12th. So your zodiac starts on May 13th through June 9th. So you're right at the beginning too, Star.
Joaquina says that sounds so much like her daughter.
Isn't that crazy?
Melissa, I'm telling you, this is giving me chills. I love
it.
how you accidentally find yourself in the perfect places. I don't know. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I just this
But it's your passion. Oh my God, this is so you. I love it.
All right, Star. Star, you are a hawthorn. That's your tree, hawthorn.
Okay.
And that tree is known as the illusionist. Let's find out more. Hawthorn signs in the Celtic tree astrology are not at all what they appear to be. Their external and internal persons can be quite different from one another. They put the saying, never judge a book by its cover to the test. While they live seemingly average lives, Hawthorns carry fiery passions and inexhaustible creative flames internally. They are well-adjusted and can easily adapt to most life situations. You are naturally curious and have an interest in a broad range of topics. You are an excellent listener, and people seek you out as an outlet to release their burdens. You have a healthy sense of humor and a clear understanding of irony. And with your amazing insight, you have a strong ability to see the big picture. Hawthorn signs match up nicely with ashes and rowans.
Wow.
What do you think, Star? Was that accurate?
That's a good one, Star. That is so amazing.
That sounds like Andrea. That sounds like my cousin.
You know what I'm gonna definitely. Oh my God, I love that, Melissa. I feel like I'm gonna print one for each kid and let them have their tree of life in their room.
That's awesome.
The tree of life. I love that because that just gave me. Because when I'm not in the mood, I could go back to nature to find out what do I embody. I think that is. I love it, Melissa. You need to add that to your site where parents you can frame it, you can send it out.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because it's already in your lane, and you could do that. You enjoy that.
You can do the art. You can draw the trees.
You could use your trees that you already drew and add that whatever it is that their month is. And I think that would be a great addition.
That would be cool. Yeah, that'd be a cool little frameable print to do an art. Star says, I think it's extremely accurate. Thank you. Great idea, Precious. I may do that for Kayla. See what Kayla says.
Yeah.
That's sweet. We got to bounce these ideas off each other. What'd she say? Oh yeah, Melissa, can you do one for Kayla? Of course I can. Of course we can. Absolutely. I'd love to. I want it that this inspires me to redraw. I have lots of tree art. I do art.
Tell me about it.
You know, but this inspires me to do one for each
vision.
One for each
maybe you could create the tree of
each calendar. Even a calendar too.
That's right. Girl, you can do
it. We're ping-ponging. Yeah. When queens collaborate, right?
When queens collaborate, businesses are booming, baby.
That's right.
I love it. I love it. People will love it. It is a new conversation that if it's out there, it ain't in this area. So I think, and it's so much your lane. Like you could do a whole Zoom. Like 25,000 person, I will so be in your Zoom as you break down because it's so you go so much more deep in that. Like
it's
so much. Yeah, I think this is a great lane for you because you have the authentic way to do it. I'm ready to do. Oh, what if you do? You know how you were doing with the kids? We were gonna do where you come and the sit
like an art class.
What if you do a Zoom like thing where they could draw their own tree?
Draw your own tree of life, your own spirit tree.
Yeah. And we can get some stuff in our pack. I think we're going to talk.
I like that.
It would be nice for you to take them and then you would do each one. So if you're born for this tree, this is the class you sign up for. If this is your tree, because you're not going to do a million trees.
Right. That's a great idea.
12 different trees, and then you could just have it set up where you do it this time a month, and new people could come in every month. But once you can have our testimonies for us that got our tree already done. I think it'll be amazing.
That would be great. How much fun.
Adults and kids, so we could do 2 different programs where we have adults who can come, and then you could do the kids who could come. But you are the tree of life. Find out what tree of life you represent. I think
what type of tree are you? That's right. And that goes so many ways. I want to circle back to when I asked what was your favorite part of the tree, or what do you think is the most important part of the tree? You had mentioned the roots. I'm going to agree with you on that also. And I thought about it for a while. And I really think that most people, unless you think about it, unless you like your first initial reaction or answer might be, well, it's the branches, it's the fruits, it's all the stuff that comes out at the end, you know. But if those roots aren't strong and doing what they're supposed to be doing, nothing can form. Even so, even if you have strong roots and a strong foundation, or if you have a strong foundation, even no matter how big that trunk is, if those roots aren't anchored in properly, a nice storm can come through and knock that whole. I can't tell you how many giant trees I have down here. They're massive. They must be hundreds and hundreds of years old. And it's not that there was anything wrong with that trunk. Nothing wrong with its branches, but its roots weren't okay. Its roots were root rot. So the whole massive view comes tumbling down. Let's look at now. That's the word. Compare ourselves and our lives, as we are very, very similar to trees. Okay, we have our roots. Let's look at roots. What does roots mean to us? How we grew up, right? Our traditions, what we're anchored in. Okay. And our foundation, that's our body. It's how we move through life. It's our gusto. It's our do. It's what we're doing, what we're manifesting, or not really what we're manifesting, but it's our action. It's our doing. It's our strength. It's our core. And then the rest, your crown, your branches, your fruit, all that stuff comes after. It all comes after you've had strong enough roots to maintain a strong foundation, and then you begin manifesting. But the other two got to come first, you know. Now,
fruits.
That's right. Now, speaking of roots, how many times have you and I know just between you and I know we've had the conversations with William, and I know that there are many friends of ours that can say the same thing. How many of us think that we have had the strongest roots? How many of us, I'll be the first to say, I think my roots might not have been that strong. Because there have been times in my adult life that my whole self has gone completely overboard, and my fruits have been stripped away, and half of me has been sent off to the sawmill because my roots no longer serve me, sort of thing. You know, I don't know. There are certain types of plants where I know that you can't. Replanting. Those roots need replant yourself. There it is. There are times. There's times where you got that, your roots are all covered with this yucky mold on the bottom, and you're like, okay, this pot's not draining anymore. I'm full of all this garbage that no longer serves me, all these old traditions, all these old beliefs, all these things that I've been told that aren't true, that have given me doubt and fear and worry and disbelief. And why am I spending all this money on these holidays when it's really, truly not necessary, nor do I believe in that? Anything. I mean, your roots are what you're anchored in. We got to replant sometimes. That doesn't mean because you've fallen that you're shipped off to the sawmill. We can still pick you up and replant you, get the proper nourishment into you so that you can strengthen that core and foundation and bear the fruit you were meant to. So with that, this prophetic poet over here has the perfect poem for replanting yourself.
Yes, I do. And I'm going to tell you something. You good?
No, you're good. I wanted to grab my book.
Okay.
Is that 365 or Precious?
Yes, that's 365.
Let me grab it.
Page 357. I'll start reading. You see, I notice your roots have been drying up, dear. I see the longing into your soul being suppressed by fear. Fear of not knowing why the pain you choose to hold, not understanding it was just a lesson in the stages of your mold. You see, I notice your roots have been withering from day to day. People have been talking while not being mindful of what they say. The phrase sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me is a lie. It's in those moments you start to notice your branches begin to die. For you were made with the intentions of goodness to feed your spirit right. When you ignore that energy around you, it puts your existence in a fight. A fight with what they say a fight with what they say and who you know yourself to be. If you want to win the battle, no more excuses. It's time to I choose me. You see, I notice your roots need replanting because there is so much for you to do. In this world of everything, there is a place etched out just for you. You are more than who they say you are. You are more than how you feel. To replant yourself, you must let yourself heal. Forgive yourself of yesterday, for tomorrow is waiting on you. The present is a gift from God, so love yourself through and through. He knows what he created. Stand up straight so you can be replanted in the ground. In the core of you, there is a treasure waiting to be found. You were born to be great and understand this, that no one can change what is right. So no more excuses. I choose me paves the way to walk in your light. And so that was one of the poems that was written in the I Choose Me. I mean, in 365 Days of Loving Yourself to Life. But that's what it boils down to. Sometimes we realize that our trees aren't bearing fruit and that our foundation is not strong. And yet we never go in and do the gardening necessary to change the roots. And so you are rooted in. And I got a whole thing I always do when I'm dealing with the kids. And sometimes I'm, when they're on the teams and they're like, this kid did this. I said, but y'all talking to the tree and you're not dealing with the roots. And that's why I'm like, I got to mentor the soul, because the roots are just how you think about yourself. It is those places those are what are withering away. It is the soul ties that kind of anchor you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can get into a good contract with that part of your soul and turn it from pain into power. That's the revitalization of those roots, because they were meant for you to resurrect, but you haven't come out of the death. And so I say we stay in the crucifixion and not enough of us go into the resurrection. And that's how we fix our roots. And that's how we replant ourselves in our minds.
I love that. That's one of my favorite poems. What's going on, Kelly? Kelly Little's in the house. He says, peace and blessings, Queens, Melissa Price and Precious Fall. Thanks for joining us. We're doing lessons in roots and foundations and branches. And what kind of tree are you?
That was fun to do.
And we have been learning about our trees. All right. You know what else I'd love to read as well, that I think touches on all of the places of the tree, is the one that we did together with your family.
It's my favorite.
Why I can't get off. Okay, there it is. All right. Yeah. So, by the way, if you guys want to check out Precious has many books, and they are on preciouspauling.com. Or I choose me blingboutique.company.site. I will pop these threads at the end, like the direct links in the end in the feed, so you guys can just click and go. But if you see on the very bottom of the screen scrolling is preciouspauling.com. And then right in the big bold up top, that is her website that has the I See Me Academy, all of her books, all of her bling. She does an amazing clothing.
You see my page saver? It says Grace wins every time. I had the page of ours. Grace wins every time.
Amen. So, all right. So about this poem, this one's out of my book, which is Lessons We've Learned, Legacies of Life. Co-wrote this with my mother, and she's amazing.
If you don't have one, you are robbing yourself of the most inexpensive investment you will ever make into the success of your legacies. Okay.
appreciate that. And this Precious is all up in throughout this book as well. Precious has done two poems in here. She's got several quotes. And Precious is godniece, Sierra Dixon. She's done illustrations. Her entire family is in this book, and this is the poem we're about to read to you. It was a family collab, which is awesome. And just before we even get into this, I will let you guys know, since we're talking about trees, my entire book, all of the art in here, pretty much all of the art, I'd say 90% of the art is themed around trees.
Yes, it is.
It is. There. Let me see if I can. This is
this is one of my favorite ones.
There's Sierra. Yep.
You see this one? That's the resilience. Oh my God, this is like one of my favorite ones that you created. Look how gorgeous that is. Can y'all see the face? Oh my God. Is that my tree? What tree is this?
I know. I have such a hard time getting used to this camera angle.
Beautiful. I swear that is one of my favorites.
There's trees at the beginning of every chapter. They're all throughout every chapter, honestly, but trees are my thing. I'm a big tree buff. Oh, there's another one. And you guys can see behind me too. I got trees all up on the wall. There's one. This one's the original is behind me, but I don't have this one in the book.
Oh, you remember when I saw that? Oh, I remember that light I found. It was a tree, right?
Oh yeah. That's on my fireplace. That's on my mantle.
Yes.
That's the centerpiece on my fireplace, and everything else is all around it. I had it in here, but this is the only time I spend it in here is when I'm doing the shows and sleeping. I'm always out there.
No, I remember. I know it's at the fireplace. You know, I seen it out there. I think I saw it when I came over.
Yeah, I love it out there because I can enjoy it the whole day, and it's the perfect centerpiece for my fireplace. Everything else is around it. That's the centerpiece. So this poem we're going to read to you guys. Again, this is the picture that Precious's godniece did for us. It's a family tree, and it's by Sierra Dixon. That's Precious, and let me see if I can do this right. It's Precious and her husband on the bottom at the foundation of the tree. You got the roots below, and then she's got each one of the 5 of her kids all up through the branches, and you probably can't see it that good here, but each one of the kids has like a different thing, a different pose, a different kind of style to them. Love it.
Yeah, we got t-shirts. We got. See,
I love it. I love it. It's the family tree. So this is in the success chapter. And the reason that it is I really, truly believe that growing a family is one of the greatest successes that you could ever do in life. It is huge success. It's a job that I don't think ever really ends until you're ready to end. And, like till your time is done on earth. The growing of a family never stops, never ends. And for me, it's true success. And so I asked Precious if she would be so kind to talk with her amazing kids, who I love all of them dearly. They're amazing, amazing kids, and her husband, and say, would you guys happen to be willing to give your definitions of what success is to you, and let's work together and make this awesome poem. And this is the opener for the success chapter, because I feel this is my greatest success. And I know Precious, she's got it 5 times over more than me. So I'm like, it's a good role model to look up to. I'm like, it's a true success, right?
Peer pressure over here, right? In the parenting, the success of the 5 little ones. I'm telling you, when you set me back, because I let them all go in the closet and record what they thought it meant to them, and then I didn't go over it. I just sent them all to you. But when you sent it back to me in the completed thing, you guys, it was her voice. Melissa was like, I'm gonna send this, and I just wanted to let you hear it before I send it, because she literally created all the what will we call it? The stanza in between.
The in betweens, like the repeat, the chorus.
I would call it the chorus in the chorus. So the chorus, the chorus of the poem, she put in between everybody's. I guess
your contributions, your statement.
Yeah. And when she sent it, recorded, when I say I've never cried and felt so honored. And in that moment, you let me see that no matter what I was looking for, what I was searching for to create that abundant life that I thought that they deserved, that everything they needed, they already had. So I was looking outside instead of inside. So it was one of the greatest gifts ever given to me, coming from somebody who decided to stay home and, sacrifice so much because I thought it was important that I was here. And Rondell sacrificed how many jobs, just all the stuff that it took for us to come to be to this family that we are, that people see 18 years later, married and 5 amazing kids. And when you put it in words like this, it was the greatest tribute I think I've ever received to date. Honestly. So I just want you to know that, that's still my favorite audio to go back when I'm not feeling enough, when I'm feeling like I got to do more. We got responsibilities, Bill. What can we do as 2 entrepreneurs? And all of that stress, I go back to, I invested already. God is going to give me a return. So you let me see that. So I thank you for you giving back to me what you always say I gave you.
That's what we do. We keep feeding each other. We have this nice little symbiotic relationship going on, Wouldn't say it's interdependent because we don't need each other to survive, but that symbiotic relationship means kind of like you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Like that's what they do.
We each other's cheerleaders.
We help each other out.
Girl, you got it.
You got it, girl. You got it. All right. Okay. So we're going to share this with you. We've read this a couple times in the 50 episodes or so that have been out there. I like it best when we go back and forth because it flows cool. So I'll start and then do Ron's, and then you can do that way. You get to read what you wrote since you're here. So I don't know where to say. Okay. So I'll read up until Precious. And then you read and then do the verse after that. And then we'll switch by the names. I guess we did that once before. And I liked that little flow. All right. So this is A Family Tree by Melissa Price and the entire Pauling family.
Top 7, baby.
That's right. All right. Roots form from the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see the fruit they bear so beautifully. Rondell Sr., 41, father. Being successful is being able to be yourself wherever you go and have influence whether people like you or not. They still respect you and take your advice, whether it be your children, family, or friends. The key is to never quit. Never stop believing in yourself, and you got it. You got it, guys. You got it. Into this family tree of ours, we welcome others near and far to love each other at their best. Growing a family is true success.
Precious. Says 39. I'm 40 now, but 39 here. Mother. Success to me is unconditional self-love. For it allows you to overflow in every role and title God has assigned to you on your way to your assignment. Success is the impact you leave when you turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Remember, you can never turn on anyone's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world and be the success story God called you to be. Roots form in the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see the fruit they bear so beautifully.
Rayvon, 10 years old, son. Success is never giving up. In the beginning of the school year, I kept getting an 89% for a grade in one subject, but A's in all the rest. I had the one grade that was a B, but I was not about to give up on getting all A's. Finally, in the third quarter, I got all A's. It is so important to never give up. Into this family tree of ours, we welcome others near and far to love each other at their best. Growing a family is true success.
Serenity, 12, daughter. Success comes through laughter. It is keeping a positive vibe even when negative things are around me. It's bringing a smile to people's faces even when they are down and making myself smile. It's making people laugh no matter what's going on, whether it's a good or bad situation. That is success. Roots form from the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see the fruit they bear so beautifully.
Neve, 14, daughter. Success is maintaining an A-B honor roll while being a student athlete. I play basketball and practice for 6 days of the week while going to 8 classes and doing all of my homework, which is a great success for me. It proves that I am successful because I work really hard and I can keep doing so no matter what time I get home. And to this family tree of ours, we welcome others near and far to love each other at their best. Growing a family is true success.
Essence, 18, daughter. Success is being happy, being able to wake up every day excited about what the day has in store for me. Success is having an amazing career that I never get tired of. Above all, success is having a loving family to come home to every day. Roots form from the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see the fruit they bear so beautifully.
All right. Rondell Jr., 10, son, AKA Big Man.
Mr. President.
AKA Mr. President. This one's going to rule the world one day, this kid. Oh my gosh. He is so well spoken. All right. Get ready. Get ready, moms.
I know, right? He always get me. I think I'm good.
I know. He got me too. I remember the first time I read this, I cried. All right. He says, my mother is successful. She writes books. She has the faith to write books that help others to have faith in themselves. Amen to that. This spreads faith around the whole community, ecosystem, and world. It disintegrates all the negative thoughts that happen around us. I am successful because I set goals on how to grind in school and try to get better and better as I keep going and going. I have faith in me, and that helps me to be successful in my journey in school now and in what I'm given in the future. Success comes when others have faith. I say always believe in yourself no matter what. Try to keep topping your greatest record. You can do what you set your mind to and accomplish unexpected things. Remember how special and unique you are and celebrate your differences. That's what makes you stand out in the world. Follow your own abilities. Having faith in yourself can bring you one step closer in your journey to becoming the person you really are, who you want to be when you set your mind to it. You want to wrap it up?
Roots form from the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see the fruit they bear so beautifully. Into this family tree of ours, we welcome others near and far to love each other at their best. Growing family is true success. How beautiful. I can't believe what you did with everybody's. I mean, it's so like prophetic. It is written with such intention, and your chorus, that inside just breathes so much life into so many words. So when queens collaborate, oh my God, the message that can go out in the ecosystem, as Big Man
says, the whole world
system. Let's not diminish the faith of God. It's ecosystem, to be clear. Right. I mean, I'm just like
community. Then ecosystem.
How can I not be successful? Shame on me. I know.
Well, he gets it from his mama. That's safe to say, you know. So yeah, as we're sitting here talking about trees and roots and foundations and branches, I love that poem so much. Again, it was such, I love it because it was a family effort. It was a true family effort and picture. Honestly, the chorus in there represents what you guys do. I wrote it that way because that's what you do. You guys coach people, you bring people in, you bring people together, you welcome people, and you extend your fruits to other people. You guys extend your roots and your foundations. Like, that just suits you guys as a family, but I think it suits everybody as a family. That's what a family should be. So as you're thinking about trees and roots and foundations and branches, you don't have to just think about it as the actual tree itself. Look at the family tree, the whole idea of that. How are your family tree roots? How are your family foundations? How is your family fruit rocking right now? You know what I'm saying? So you can use this tree mentality and this tree mindset in a lot of different areas of life. And we are so much like trees and interdependent with trees. I think it's a good thing to reflect on. If you ever find yourself like in a stagnant place where you're either feeling weak or you're not bearing the fruits or you're not really sure what kind of ground you're locked into, kind of just do a little bit of a tree reflection and you might find some clarity there. I know it sounds silly, but it works for me.
We couldn't have ended our Monday in a better way. I think I love you. I'm proud of you. You've had an amazing season. You became what you wanted to be. You saw it. You created it. I'm a part of it. And I'm grateful that I get to see you shine so bright. And everybody who gets to see you from week to week, you showing up with your full plate is what makes you an amazing tree in this world. And I'm just glad to eat off of the fruit that you are bearing.
Well, and that's something to be said too, though. Trees don't just fall down when the storms come through.
Come on now.
They gotta get knocked down, tore up, ripped to shreds. We are strong. We are resilient. We're meant to withstand this stuff, you guys. You guys are trees. We are strong trees. When the bad weather comes blowing through, we might be flipping and flying all over the place in there, but we're meant to stay grounded. We're meant to stay strong, focus, strengthen that core up. Your branches might be going a little Gumby on you, but the rest of you stay strong.
And just think, somebody might eat a fruit and you ain't give it to them.
That's right. Exactly.
Your apple done flew over there from the wind. Somebody ate your fruit. You missing fruit. You wondering why, but that's okay.
There's a blessing in it all.
God is giving you credit. God is giving you credit for the people who ate of your tree and you didn't even know. That's right. Why if he's all knowing, then you are all growing. Keep on growing in you because somebody needs to eat and you have the food of their soul. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yes. And I have to say thank you to Precious. I'm going to have to go back through my calendar and actually count out how many episodes out of these 50 you did with me. But I just want to take a few minutes here and give you some flowers. I would not be doing this podcast if it weren't for you. Precious has always been more than a coach, more than a friend to me. She's been a sister to me. She's always given me that footstool when I just couldn't reach the cookie jar. Just that. Oh, you just need a boost. I can give you a boost. She boosts me up so it's possible. And once I see it's possible, I know how to go get my own stool.
And you take off.
You know what I'm saying? I can go get now I know where the stool is and how to climb up the counter. Thank you for that. But I wouldn't be here doing this. And because I've been here doing this, I have grown exponentially. I have been healed in so many ways. I have met new people. I have been able to just pour out of myself in the creative ways that actually pour back into me. When I pour out in creativity, I feel full. Even though I'm putting it out there, it fills me up to do so. This has been healing for me. This has grown me in technology. This has grown me in all kinds of stuff mentally, my spirit, and my time management, my organization. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this had I not done the I Choose Me or I Hire Me challenge, 30-day challenge, which I highly recommend anybody look up the I Hire Me 30-day challenge on Facebook. That's Precious's page. I challenge you to do it. 30 days. It will make a huge difference in your life. I'm on like, I don't even know, the 3rd or 4th month of doing it now. I started in November. And it's just every new month
you just
a new challenge.
More and more. The momentum of you as I am in your business is growing the same way it would if you were giving that momentum to somebody else. It's no different. God has no respect of persons. He's just going to honor the time you spend in an area. And that's it. It's process. And you've been put in position to process the areas that will bring you great abundance. And I'm proud of you for that.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And I'm looking forward to season 2. I'm looking forward to your new stuff coming up. We got Queens Collaborate coming on Wednesdays with YouTube. I know Precious is going to have
about 4 programs about to
come back, and I See Me Academy. You've got so many things. So before we do sign off and give our little wrap up here, I will just remind you guys, Precious has so much to offer. You can find her at preciouspauling.com. It's scrolling on the bottom there. But I encourage you, even more than preciouspauling.com, check out I Choose Me blingboutique.company.site, because that site has everything. There might be a few things missing from the preciouspauling.com, but the I Choose Me blingboutique.company.site has everything on it, and like everything under the sun you can imagine too. She's
all things
right here.
That's right.
She's always got stuff popping.
I'm about to say, anything you find on I Choose Me Bling Boutique is organized to make your shine crystal clear. So whether you are a reader, whether you need a program, whether you need to get in shape, you need a drink. I got Drink to Shrink. Whether is you need an attire, whatever it is that you need to make your light brighter, you will find it at I Choose Me Bling Boutique, because it is about you recognizing that when you wear I Choose Me, you're really wearing yourself. You're really celebrating the you that you found when you self-loved, right? And that's what it's all about. I want you to find you so that we can get the authentic things off of your tree.
That's right.
Look at my boo over there. That's my boo right there.
I'm trying to see in there. She's up there. I got it.
Love you so much.
And yes, and I will say I own probably half of my closet is I Choose Me merch. I've got masks, I've got purses, I've got bags, I've got sweaters and t-shirts, and I think I got
every book. I don't even have nothing to sell, Melissa.
I got all the books. Yeah, I know. So you got to start working again if you want to.
Start working again if I want you to buy something different, right?
Right. We need to get Melissa buying some stuff again up in here. I guess I better get cracking. And yes, and also if you visit my store, I will say I have all of Precious's books available if you're just in the mood for the book shopping. But I highly recommend you visit both sites because we both have a lot of different stuff to offer. On my end, if you want to check out lessonsandlegacies.company.site, you'll find our books by others as well. I've got essential oils. I've got spirit squares, which is customized art with epoxy and nature and crystals and handmade frames. What else do I have? I'm about to be adding a whole bunch of new stuff. Hopefully I'll have it up tonight. That's the goal, is to get it all up tonight. I've been working at it this weekend, but the weekend got away from me. But greeting cards, art, photography, there's services for writers and illustrators, both flip sides of the coins. And yeah, so check out either one of our stores. And if you're interested in catching any of our past 48 episodes, Lessons and Legacies is on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, if you're just going for the audio side of things.
Did y'all hear all the check marks she did? And just showing up for her. She said Spotify, check. Where else?
iHeartRadio.
Check.
Facebook.
Check.
You can find Lessons and Legacies or me on Facebook. So check.
Check.
And YouTube.
Check. What about the store?
Oh, and lessonsandlegacies.company.site. All those places, you guys, just type in Lessons and Legacies.
There's another place you didn't give yourself credit for. You are actually in what store in outside?
Oh, that's right. If you happen to be in the Charlotte area, South Charlotte kind of area. I am in 2 local UPS stores.
Come on now.
The greeting cards and the books. If you go to the UPS
And
store.
all of that happened because Melissa hired herself.
For 30 days. All this stuff, literally, all this stuff
days.
came after the first 30-day. All of this stuff happened in the first 30-day challenge.
I'm trying to tell you, y'all want to be a part of that program. It is a game changer. All of that happened in 30 days because she had a direct execution plan.
That's right.
We got all these dreams, but we ain't got no plans. We got vision boards, but we don't got no structure for the board. It has to lead. It has to make sense. Make your life make sense. That's why you hire yourself. You want to be in there. If you got some things to execute and you don't want to leave 2021 the same way you came in it, you need to get in action for your attraction. So that's just it, baby. We make a difference, right?
And Kelly says the difference between good people and great leaders is this. Good people plant seeds. Great people sow seeds and cultivate the soil. And he said, both of you are great. Thank you, Kelly.
Kelly, that is beautiful. Mwah.
That actually brought a little bit of tear and some chill up my arm there. That's a beautiful thing to end with. Thank you so much. I feel flattered.
God is always sending us something to let us know that I can send kisses. And the only way I do it is through each other. So anytime you are sending love, remember that God sent you as a messenger. So be mindful of the messages that we send. And, you just got to be intentional. I got to do it. Let me tell you something. I have not perfected my flesh. I perfected my soul piece, okay? Yeah. So I'm working on the flesh of me to not react, to deal with our emotions, but it is a conscious decision that we have to do to not get in our feelings, but get in God's feelings. And I think that helps us all out. So I think that's what I want to leave everybody with on this last day of Melissa's amazing season, Lessons and Legacies. I just want to say that you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world because it is your responsibility. Thank you for allowing us to shine our light and that you might find your switch so somebody else can find their way out of the darkness. It starts with your roots.
That's right. That's right. Flip those switches, guys. Flip those switches. The second you do, you provide the light for someone else to find their own switch. And that message got me here. That message I was delivered almost 3 years ago, and it began almost a 3-year journey to what I believe is greatness for me. I'm already walking in it, and it feels good. It feels good to be walking in my light and helping others along the way. And part of that is the fact that there's always a blessing in every lesson. Don't forget that, you guys. This is what I come here every day through the week to remind you. No matter what's going on, there is a blessing in every lesson. There is a bright spot. When we're in those dark valleys, we are the closest we can be to God. Those are the moments when we grow, when we transform. Sometimes that growth and transformation looks like sitting still. You think about a butterfly in its cocoon. It doesn't just cover up and pop out the next day. It's got to sit there and marinate and grow and go through the growing pains before it's equipped and ready to fly. Can you imagine if you busted the butterfly out of its cocoon halfway through? It might just have like one wing and fly around in circles and never go anywhere. You got to think, and you're in your valley moments when you're growing and developing through sometimes what's not comfortable. It makes you so much more equipped to get through the next mountain range, or what was that word we had with Bill? Arate. The next arate, sharp mountain edges. Never thought I would ever use that word, but there it is.
Right here we are. Something about those words, your vocabulary, boy. Take your word.
We love our words, right? So you guys, remember, blessing in every lesson. Your stories matter. We thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for always tuning in and joining us. And as we go through the rest of this week, take a minute and, think of yourself as a tree. Consider what type of tree you might be. Look at your roots, even metaphorically. Look at your roots. How's your roots? You got any root rot going on? Do you need to be replanted? How's your foundation? Maybe your roots are good, but your foundation's a little shaky. We need to do a little bit of tending to that core. How are your branches? Is it stormy weather? Are you flopping around everywhere? It's as long as your roots are anchored, you'd be all right. There's a blessing in every lesson. Don't forget it. And you are a strength, just like a tree. You are strong. You are love. You are spirit. Your resilience, just like a tree. All right. You guys have a blessed Monday. We will see you guys tomorrow for Making Friends with myself, Melissa Price, and Joanna Walters, all the way from Colorado.
Colorado. Come
I had to
on.
think about that. North Carolina to Colorado tomorrow. You guys have a great Monday. Thank you again, Precious. I love you, my sister. I will talk to you later. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Bye.